Hello, my name is Preston Jensen. I'm a part of Group 3. Unfortunately, I joined the class late and I wasn't able to connect with my group. And they did the project without me, and I didn't think it was fair for me to just tag along. So I'll be trying to complete this project by myself. Um, I've been trying to mentally prepare for it. I did some of my own research, obviously, like it said in the assignment. I got my own ideas to come up with the meeting, but then I never got to have that meeting. But I did a lot of brainstorming into what ideas I should choose, and what primarily would come up to those five final businesses. I didn't come up with 25, but I came up with about 15 to 20. So the top five are pretty decent, I hope. So the way I went through the brainstorming process was I actually just came up with an idea, had a thought about something that could either a product or a service or something that is viable and making money. And I went and researched it to see what the competition was out there, if it already existed, how much cost and how much revenue is there in these markets. And so that was really cool to find out a lot about a lot of industries that I didn't know about and a lot of markets that I didn't necessarily know about. But the first business that I picked is called MediDispense. This was actually an idea that I kind of talked to my dad about that we came up with a while ago, and it has now since then been invented by someone else. But I've kind of built on that idea, and I feel like it's a much stronger and better idea now. And I could compete in the market with competition. But basically, it's for people who take a lot of medications a day, typically more than five medications, and they have trouble remembering taking these medications. So specifically, the baby boomer generation that's coming into retirement age, where they take lots of medications and they're having to be put into retirement homes. Well, there's not enough retirement homes to hold all these old people. So this would help solve that problem a little bit by helping these old people, these baby boomers, remember to take their medication. So what it would have, you'd have an automated device on you, and then there would be the pill dispenser in the kitchen, and they would send you these 30-day roll packs that you would go in and then put in the dispenser. And when you need to take your medications throughout the day, it'd be scheduled through a computer system. Your device on you would vibrate, and you'd go up to the machine and take the medication and confirm you took it. It reminds the patient to take the medication, obviously, and so it helps get rid of some of that coherence problems that exist within the medical industry. And it also records this data to an online database. So if a patient is on a certain medication for a reason and they miss a day, or they take it all the days, the doctor now knows they took it all the days or didn't take it some of the days, so he can take better action, and a lot less money is wasted this way. It can also work with home automation systems. So you could connect it up, hopefully, to like a Vivint system or some sort. So if maybe your kids, you're worried about your parents, you could hop onto the home automation system and check if your parents are taking their medicine, and check on them to make sure that they're doing okay all on the same device, which would be really cool. And that would present some obviously some of the cross marketing opportunities with different doctors or different medication providers, or just different way to get these medications. So I think this product would be a very viable product in the market, and yeah, that you could compete with it if executed correctly. Um, my next one, obviously because of COVID, is the sweater mask. Now I've heard about these. I haven't seen them, but especially in Utah, having it be so cold, this would be so handy to have. Basically, what it is, it's a regular sweatshirt or hoodie with a mask that's sewn into here that you can pull up and down, so that when you put your hood on, you can just pull the mask up and you have a mask on. That way, if you're skiing or snowboarding or doing anything outdoors and and you're around people that you can quickly put that mask on and not have to worry about it and not have it be a hassle. And the way you'd separate yourself in the market would obviously be in construction and how the hoodie fits and how the hoodie is designed, and an antibacterial face mask. A lot of people struggle with the acne that comes with masks. I know I do, and it'd be really nice to have a really nice mask be put in there so people don't uh, feel weird using it, and also to have it be the nicest cotton in for the actual sweatshirt, just so that it is really comfy. And it's kind of inexpensive to do that cotton as well, the terry cotton. So I think this would be a really viable business, and it would be pretty popular, especially right now in Utah and in lots of cold places. My next one, I feel like this has been done before, but I think it would be a really good idea is a double snuggie. Um, but basically, I mean, I've had situations where I've been in like snuggies with girlfriends, and we're trying to watch a movie, and it's hard when you have your own two separate snuggies to like snuggle and get comfortable. So I think this would fill a need in the market. Pretty niche, but I think there is somewhat of a need. So I mean, it would have four armholes in the same, and two head holes in the same blanket, and that way you could snuggle and get comfortable a lot easier. But it's perfect for movies, perfect for couples, and yeah, I think this would be a small time hit, and a lot of people would buy it. My next one is Spike Shirley Temple cans, and I think this is a great idea. Seltzers are obviously really popular right now. Everyone's trying to get in the market. You see every beer company or every alcohol company coming out with some sort of seltzer, but this would kind of hit two stones, two birds with one stone. Um, but you have lemon lime soda and a cherry injection with a shot of vodka in each can. And they're tasty and nostalgic. A lot of the older people back in the day when they were kids, they used to drink Shirley Temples. My favorite soda is a Shirley Temple, so that's kind of why I think this would be a hit. And I really would like some drinks that taste like Shirley Temples. I think they'd be pretty good. But I think this would make a huge hit in the market, and there's not really anything that's exactly like this yet with the Shirley branding and with that kind of hint towards the nostalgia of the mid 1900s and late 1900s for this drink. My next and final idea that I came up with that I think would do pretty well would be mobile dry cleaning service. I don't know if you contract with different vehicle companies when you're going to pick up the clothing, but I think this would be a really an easy and convenient way for people to get their dry cleaning. You just have a time window where you schedule to drop your clothes off at the front door, just so they're obviously not outside for too long. And then you go up and you take the dry cleaning out, and the mobile driver just takes them, and then he takes them right back to your door when they are finished and sends you a text, just so they're obviously not at your door for too long. It's fast and convenient. A lot of people don't like taking the time to go to the dry cleaners and it's always like 5 or 10 minutes extra out of the way. It takes 5 or 10 minutes to do it. Then you got to go pick it up. So it's just one of those tasks that'd be a lot easier if they came to you and you necessarily didn't have to worry about it. So I think if this one was marketed right, it would be really successful. And I don't know if you could get in the way of people who are already doing Uber Eats to do these dry cleaning services and to pick up the actual clothes for these different dry cleaning facilities that contract out and do the dry cleaning for you. But I think this would be a kind of an inexpensive way to do a dry cleaning business, just contract it out with other dry cleaners and then contract it out with other uh, apps that do driving services. And if this was possible, it would have a lot of vet, obviously, and if Uber and Lyft or someone else did it like that, because they would have more trust. But I think this would be really successful if it was done and it was executed correctly. But I actually had a very fun time doing this presentation. I love entrepreneurship and I love researching new business ideas and just trying to think creative and outside the box. I think that's a really good tool. So that is it for my presentation. Thank you.